What's up, y'all? Welcome to Double D Ball. Here we got Daniel,
What up? What up?
and I'm DeAndre. And today we're gonna get into all things blockbuster Kyrie Irving trade. Yesterday, the Nets agreed to trade Kyrie to the Mavs. This is a Kyrie Irving that's been wanting to negotiate his contract, been wanting an extension, wanting more money, and the Nets weren't feeling it, unsurprisingly. But Kyrie felt like he deserved it, so on the spot he gave them an ultimatum. Ultimatum. I leave at the end of the season on a free, or I'm leaving right now. And we see what the Nets chose. So, what you feel about it, Daniel?
Man, I can't lie to you. I was definitely very surprised when I first seen the trade, but maybe I shouldn't have been because we all know how much of a drama queen Kyrie is. And don't get me wrong, Kyrie is a superstar player. He's averaging great numbers, great efficiency, but it's what comes with that is drama filled, to say the least. Um, but yeah, the trade is very interesting. So, DeAndre, you want to get into the info on that?
Okay, so the Nets shipped out Kyrie Irving and Markieff Morris for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first-round pick, and two second-round picks. I don't know how I feel about the trade for both sides, and I got some reasons.
We should probably start with the Mavs, right?
The Mavs, yes. Let's start with the Mavs. So the Mavs getting Kyrie. Markieff Morris is really just for cap space. I can't imagine. Well, honestly, they gave away some of their bench, so he may actually have a pivotal role because he barely
Yeah,
played
yeah,
for
he
the
might he
Nets.
might actually play. He wasn't playing in Brooklyn, but that is true.
Not at all playing, but he may get a bigger role now. But the real thing is about how Kyrie and this Luka Doncic duo is gonna do. I personally feel like offensively, yes, they're gonna do amazing. I feel like no one can really question these two people on a team together. Kyrie has played with LeBron. He's been the second player, and Luka has never really had that star beside him. So I feel like only good things can happen on the offense. But defensively is where it gets bad because they lost their best perimeter defender in Dorian Finney-Smith, and really they weren't the best defensive team on a whole. And adding Kyrie to that lineup legit just drops the defense down. You're asking Luca to do more on defense, Kyrie to do more on defense, and these guys are offensive guys that kind of not targeted, but they're the ones that people are gonna look at when they have to play defense. So I feel like on both sides it's nice, but it's a little iffy. I gotta wait till I see. How about you, man?
For sure. For sure. I will say, yeah, there's no doubt these two guys are gonna be monsters offensively. Both some of the best ISO scoring guards in the league today. I see no problem there. And when it comes to off-ball stuff, of course, Luca never had um, much off-ball experience really in the league so far, because he hasn't had that second star with him. But when it comes to Kyrie, he had, as you mentioned before, LeBron James. They won a championship together. Kyrie was number two. He had Kevin Durant already, which KD plays very nice off the ball too, anyway. But of course, Kyrie played multiple times off the ball while playing with KD, so I see no problem there. Um, Defensively, yeah, I do agree. I think they will be targeted, to be honest. Luca has been a little bit better defensively, I would say this year, and I think Kyrie is slightly underrated on the defensive side. But would I say he's much of a positive? Probably not. But I think when it comes down to it, it was a necessary trade because Luca is at a short point, man. Like if depending on how long he's alone there in Dallas, who's to say he doesn't ask for a trade? You know, if they haven't made it, if they haven't made any good trades for him, any extra partners, then what makes him not want to trade too? So Mark Cuban, I think he made a good choice to. Well, we'll never know, man. It could end up being bad because there's no guarantee that Kyrie stays.
No
That's another
guarantee.
thing we got to talk about.
No
What
guarantee. What's it
you know?
called? I feel like Luca has been dying to play off ball, by the way, because this man's tired of carrying his team. I feel like he honestly is going to be, even though he hasn't played off ball, he doesn't have much experience. I feel like he's going to be happy learning. He's going to be willing because really he has no excuse. It's not all on him now. He really has a partner. He didn't have this before. He's gonna love this experience. He's gonna love trying it out. But yeah, who knows if this man Kyrie wants to say. Kyrie has in the public's eye has burned bridges with his past three teams now. Past three
Yeah,
teams he's left on bad terms. It's not the best. It's not that it's the best fit, but it's you're putting a lot of trust in this superstar to first re-sign after the 3 4 months they have with him, and two, what's it called? He's looking for a lot of money, so it's commitment. Those two things with Kyrie have been who knows, man. But Mark Cuban needed to do something. He's been getting a lot of heat for how Luka's been playing on his own, and
definitely.
they needed to do something. So I'm happy to see them do something.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, yo, last playoffs, Dallas made the Western Conference Finals, man. And the way it seems right now, the West is completely open. There's so many teams that can make it out of there. And to be honest, Kyrie raises the ceiling of this team for sure. I mean, because what happened in the playoffs last year? Uh, Luca was doubled, triple teamed many times. And what are the other people on his team doing? Some is the most. There's a lot of nights where they can't even reach double digit points. His second, third guys on the Mavericks. Kyrie, no problem. He's getting 20 at least every game. So he's gonna help him out a lot on that end. And in the playoffs, you know it's definitely gonna be a boost for sure having him there.
No, the playoffs are exciting. I'm honestly excited because honestly, the I think the Mavericks right now are a playoff lock right now. So I don't think they drop out. I think they only progress. So I'm happy that I feel like I can make a definitive statement that I will see these guys in the playoffs, and that's so interesting to me. I feel like everyone's predictions, everyone's bet, they're all up in the window now because there's this new duo that is raising a lot of eyebrows. Can't wait to see when they come play. Sadly, Luka's injured, but it's gonna be something to see. It's gonna be
No, I
something to
think
see.
Kyrie is also injured as well.
Oh yeah, they said Kyrie
As is Evan.
may play Wednesday. I think that he may play Wednesday. Waiting
Yeah,
for
it's
that.
it, man. First, seeing them for the first time on the floor together, that's gonna be insane, dude.
Copy
That's
that.
gonna be really interesting.
Okay, but
Um, it's
talk.
time. I think it's time to talk about the Nets, man. Like, how's the trade looking for them? What do you think, D?
So I don't know how to feel personally. Seeing a lot of discourse online, it seems like they got the best of what they could have gotten. I personally disagree. I feel like there's a better trade out there, but for what they
We will
got,
talk about it. We will
yeah,
talk about it.
what they got Spencer Dinwiddie. Not really a point guard, but's been playing the point guard recently, and he he will do stuff that Kyrie did, but not at the level, of course. He's
Definitely
probably a
not.
better defender, but it's a downgrade from Kyrie, but it's still a very comparable player that used to be there. You know, I feel like he is someone that will embrace this challenge that the Nets have, and with open arms because he was there when the Nets were made that push, made that playoff push when the Nets, what's it called, was a very fun team that everyone looked at. He was a part of it, so I feel like he in a rare case will be happy to go back. They getting Dorian Finney-Smith, which I feel like is legit Royce O'Neal. So I don't have no feelings about that trade because Who would you start? Dorian Finney-Smith or Royce O'Neal? They're the same player. You're not going to play them at the same time. You may have to. That's a lot of good defense, but
You
not the
know
best
what?
shooting, not the best offense. But that's what they got. The first round
They,
pick, the
they,
second round pick,
they
you
are a
gotta
little bit
wait.
different.
They're a bit different, but I would say Royce O'Neal is probably a better playmaker. Dorian Finney-Smith is legit
Definitely.
just
He,
defender and just
that's
spot
the
up shooter.
defender. I think in the playoffs, to be honest, they're gonna play Dorian. Um,
Dang, Royce O'Neal gonna get dropped like that?
I think so, yeah, because that I mean that's what he's been doing on the Mavs this whole probably the main defender on that team, perimeter defender that is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's nice. Spencer, of course it's a drop off. There's not many players better than Kyrie at the guard position.
No sir, no sir. What's it called? Kyrie. Honestly, they're never gonna upgrade from Kyrie. So I'm
I
just thinking, did they get the
I
best
think
they could get?
the Nets the Nets should be happy with what they get. Right. The Nets should be I think they are happy with what they did get for sure. Um,
But
you know,
they
the
have
playoff odds or the championship odds, are they as much of a championship team as they were before? I would say definitely not. Kevin Durant by himself, surrounded by a bunch of guys who, to be honest, yeah, there's good role players there, but is that gonna put up teams like, the himself, Boston Celtics, the Bucks, 76ers, even the Cavs at this point. Honestly, man, I can't see it unless, and again, Kevin Durant has been playing like an absolute MVP this year. He's been playing some of the best basketball he has of his whole career at this point. Um, but to really make it all the way to the end with that team, he has to play like some godly basketball, really.
godly basketball.
What
Yeah,
what do you think? What should that
he gonna have to bring it back 2 years when James Harden was injured and Kyrie was out versus Milwaukee, and he gonna have to do that every single game if he wants a chance.
this can't
He may have the role players. I feel like this team is better defensively. They have so many perimeter defenders now. They have Ben Simmons, Dorian Finney-Smith, Royce O'Neal. They have some good defenders, but it's just the offense. I feel like that offense they lost a lot of it. I feel like they may match up good against some teams, but again, it's all up to Mr. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has to go crazy for them to have any type of chance getting past any team, I feel like.
And I hope KD can make it through the playoffs with the team that he has now, because ever since 2019 when he joined the team, there's been nothing but BS when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets. Because who would have thought that when he joined and he brought Kyrie and then James Harden, that them two would leave before he even has. I'm sure he did not expect that.
uh,
So I hope KD his leg heals up and at this point, DeAndre, I think it's time to talk about the Lakers' proposal and what that looked like, because that was an interesting one. I guess I'll start up with the first one because there was two proposals. It was the Lakers one, and then the Brooklyn had an offer back. So it
yeah.
started off with, of course, we all know uh, the Lakers wanting to put the Russell Westbrook contract in with the 2027 first round pick and 2029 first round pick, both unprotected. We all know um how worth how much worth these two picks have. Because we don't because there's a good chance that the Lakers in these 2 years, LeBron's gonna be aged. Who knows if AD will be there? The Lakers are probably not gonna be too good. So those picks are really worth it. But the Nets did not want any of that because they wanted more. They also wanted, on top of Westbrook and the two picks, they wanted Austin Reeves, Max Christie, and two pick swaps as well. So and the Lakers said no to that. Um, DeAndre, what do you think about that? Why do you think the Lakers should have took that or not?
Well, one, I can fully understand why the Nets would not want to do what the Lakers proposed because the Nets don't want nothing to do with Russell Westbrook. He had no desire. Looking at what they took, they wanted two players that could at least join their team, their rotation, and I feel like Westbrook would legit be a detrimental to their team. He did not mesh well with any of the players they got, so I'm not surprised why they didn't take it. Even with those two picks being sought after, I can fully understand. I'm still even confused why they would want it, adding Austin Reeves and Max Christie. That doesn't really move their team, but maybe they thought long term. That's the only thing I can think of that is long term that would be better. You can move Westbrook and like have those two guys on your roster. But hey, the Lakers said no, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised why the Lakers would say no. Austin Reeves and Max Christie. If they had Kyrie, maybe Austin Reeves gets some play time, but Max Christie maybe not so much. It's like I feel like they take that risk. I don't
Right,
know
right.
what was scaring them too, but they lost out. I hope they're okay with losing out. That's probably maybe the best deal they could have got to ship off Westbrook, but now they stuck. How about you, man? What you feeling about it?
Um, it's crazy because there was an interview done today, a surprise interview of the with LeBron, and he himself admitted that he was disappointed that the Lakers did not make this trade, which is pretty surprising because he has to go back in that locker room and face Russell Westbrook after I'm sure he's seen
Oh yeah,
that video um of him saying he was disappointed that essentially saying that he was disappointed that Westbrook is still on the team,
in other words, yes.
right? Um, so that's one thing. But should they have done the trade? Honestly, man, I think Kyrie wants to be on the Lakers. I'll be totally honest with you. I think I mean there were reports that the Lakers was his number one pick choice for a new team. Um, I think obviously they played together already. Him and LeBron, that is. And with them two and AD, man, that's insane trio right there. I think the Lakers should have done it, to be completely honest, because I think if Kyrie ends up on the Lakers, I think he resigns. I think he's staying there. Obviously, there's no guarantee because we know how drama filled he is. But I think it would have been a good decision on their part for sure. When it comes to the Nets, though, like I can see why they didn't take this trade because at the end of the day, Katie is also just getting older and older. So the 27 and 29 picks don't matter much to them because of course they could trade them off again, but uh, the other like again Russell Westbrook, we know how things ended with him and Katie. So I'm sure he doesn't want to play with them now. Austin Reeves, Max Christie, I mean, sure, adding two younger guys, but like, does that move the needle for them? I don't think so at all, man. I think it was more for the Lakers than it was the Nets, that trade for sure. Which yeah, I am surprised. I will say I definitely am surprised that the Lakers did not take it. So there is one more team we want to talk about, which is the Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix
DeAndre, do you want
Suns.
to talk about the Phoenix Suns proposal and what you think
Yeah.
about it?
So personally, this is the proposal I would have taken. The Phoenix Suns were gonna give away Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, and one first round pick for Mr. Kyrie Irving. And probably a little more added, but like that's the gist of the deal. That to
Let
me,
me just add on quick that it says one round the first round pick, but there was supposed to be more. We didn't know how many first round picks there was going to be. There could have been multiple, but it was
multiple,
guaranteed at least one.
at least one. So if that's the case, then the Suns won this trade because I feel like in the Nets' eyes, they still want to compete without Kyrie. They're not looking to rebuild, they're looking to retool. If you're
Definitely,
losing Kyrie, Chris Paul, an amazing point guard for an amazing point guard, both top 75, both is Chris Paul top 75? I may be wrong in saying that, but But
Chris Paul is. I don't think Kyrie is.
Kyrie is fuck. Okay, the other way around. And but yeah, so both what's it called? Both Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer point
Definitely,
guards.
definitely. No
They
doubt.
could have been traded for each other. The Nets would have got Jay Crowder, an unground, a mad player. He's not happy right now, and he would just be happy to go to a new team and to prove all the naysayers wrong because he's been hearing a lot this year. And you would have got another pick. Those picks would have been there regardless. So I feel like it's all about the players. I feel like those players would have helped their current team the best. Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, they're not bad, but man, it's Chris Paul. This man made it to a final 2 years ago with Jay Crowder. So I don't see why the Nets didn't want to do this. I don't understand. Maybe because they feel like the Mavs will their picks may be better. I have no clue. Maybe they see a lot in Dinwiddie that I don't. But
I think they don't like Chris Paul, to be honest.
Chris Paul, I can see that to a degree. But he's proven. Even though like he's on the decline, he is more proven than Spencer Dinwiddie right now.
Right.
So
I will say that Chris Paul started off really bad this year for sure, but he has been playing better though as of
uh,
recent. And I will say fit wise, I think as the primary playmaker, like if he were to be on the Brooklyn Nets, alongside guys like Ben Simmons, who is negative offensively, uh, him being there, hopefully finding looks for him. If he's not scared of the basket, Chris Paul would find him, give lobs for Nick Claxton. I think Chris Paul would have fit very, very nice with Kevin Durant. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then Jay Crowder, just a 3 and D guy. He would have fit in perfectly as he would on majority teams. I honestly I like the Phoenix proposal as well, but I think the Mavs one I guess it was safe because at the end of the day, Chris Paul is getting older. He is a little bit injury prone. So high risk, high reward with the Phoenix one, I would say.
yeah. Well, Jay Crowder to me, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jay Crowder, they go interchangeable. One's a better shooter, one's a better defender. I feel like you make some, lose some, but I feel like they're even. Then you go into
They
Chris
are they
Paul.
are on the similar playing field for sure.
Yeah, Chris Paul and Dinwiddie is where I see that there's a difference in players right here. So I wonder what it was that got them that they picked the Mavs instead of the Suns. Because I know they didn't ask for Kyrie's input. It just was their decision. Maybe long term we'll see this team, but I honestly feel like with the picks they got from the Mavs, they're gonna ship them out. They're gonna try to to make more trades because I don't feel like this is the final team for losing Kyrie Irving. Regardless, losing Kyrie Irving, you if you're looking to contend and to make KD happy, because it's all about KD. You don't want KD to request another trade, be the third superstar gone.
Hey man, it
You
could happen. It could happen.
they gotta get busy still with those picks they got. Because I'm gonna repeat it again: Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie. To me, don't change nothing. Don't change
Not much.
nothing. They're a fourth seed. They ain't gonna get higher. They ain't gonna
I
get
think they're gonna
higher.
continue. I think back to the Mavs as well. I think both the Mavs and the Nets will continue to make trades before the trade deadline. We will see what those look like, but yeah, both those teams should not be done yet. I
Oh,
think both those teams are aspiring championship
no,
teams for
what the
sure.
Mavs got to trade though? They ain't got no players that nobody wants now. Like no one wants Reggie
I mean,
Bullock. They have Jeff Green, but Jeff Green needs to be their player now.
he
They
needs
need
to
a
be there. You're
defender.
right.
They need a defender. They need a center, but they have Christian Wood and the Canadian. How much Dwight Powell?
Dwight Powell.
Where like maybe Christian Wood you can get a trade for a center, but Dwight Powell ain't moving nowhere. I
I
just
mean,
feel like they don't
I
have the
have seen
assets no more.
rumors. I have seen rumors on Christian Wood, but I like Christian Wood on that team. I hope he doesn't move. Um, Honestly, you might be right. I was like, maybe there isn't a move for them. Maybe, but regardless, man, I think. they're both aspiring play championship teams here. So
I gonna
we'll
make
we'll
it
see how it goes, man. This league is very interesting right now. I
very,
will say that.
very interesting. Oh my gosh, can't wait, man. Honestly, I can't wait. Um, there gonna be more stuff to happen. We gonna see, and trust me, when more news happens, when more trades happen, will be the spot to go to get all your
We'll be
news,
here to talk about it, man.
all to talk about all things basketball. So until
Okay,
then,
guys,
thank you very much
yeah.
for listening, y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we be back. Double D ball.
And comment, please
Oh
comment
my
what you guys want. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. We hope to see you coming back on our next video.
God, no.
See ya.